masks wearing in Accra. The OT landfill is to be transformed into a modern waste treatment facility. Wasi takes off smoothly nationwide. Mayhem at Kaswa Registration Center. 4 arrested, guns fired, motorbikes burned, and registration officials flee. On the back page of the Ghanaian Times, that story about the OT landfill to be transformed. Pictures there. Looks like a really massive site. And work progresses on 10-story hostel for UPSA.
Right, so the finder for today says John Boydo tours registration centers in the Eastern region. Accidents, 1,141 killed in 6 months. It represents 8.79% decrease. Motorcycles alone killed 440 people.
Already?
First half of the year. And EC condemns violence at some registration centers. Long queue at Registrar General's Department. COVID-19 recovery rates, not an excuse to be reckless. That's according to Information Minister Kojo Oponko.
All right. On the front page of the Business and Financial Times, OT landfill on course to be turned into modern waste treatment facility. Falling share prices opens opportunity for investors. There's a report on that. And the AOMC boss says pilot challenges won't derail the rollout of cylinder recirculation model implementation. On the back page, massive cleanup in Accra markets. Pictures of that markets are being cleaned out, and we know that some of them have been shut as well for the second phase of the disinfection.
Yeah. All right, so let's get to Proverbs chapter 8 verse 7. For my mouth will utter truth, and wickedness is an abomination to my lips. Guess what? We did not collapse Unibank and GN Banks. That's according to the Dankwa Institute. Comes with a photograph of Gabi Asari Ochre Dakum. Okay. Let me move on. 6,000 health workers receive April allowance. John Boydo tours registration centers in Eastern Region. Media Foundation for West Africa is calling for the revocation of the illegal and inimical ministerial directive to the Ghana Broadcasting Corporation. And gunshots mar Kaswa registration. Yes, back page. Oh, I was going to talk about how Messi would at least have Ballon d'Or for another
year. I know.
Because there'll be no Ballon d'Or. Let me just say that. Agent 33. So Ballon d'Or will not be awarded.
Double 10.
Don't mind him.
License to kill fire.
2020 because of coronavirus. And football is about surviving. David Luiz heads back at his critics. And David De Gea in firing line, but Solskjaer stands by him. David De Gea cost us on Sunday. Chelsea in talks with £73 million for Kai Havertz.
Okay, on the front page of the Daily Guide, Obinin sins revealed in court. 6,000 workers paid 50% bonus. Election 2020, Nana will beat Mahama, says EIU report. On the back page, stories I won't talk about include the Messi story. Police injured in Leeds celebration, and Ejisu is getting some football pitches.
Right, nice. So the new crusading guide, the final one I have, DI Rubbish is NDC's allegation over banking sector cleanup exercise. Justice will be delivered. CJ Shaw's family of slain Kojo Boache and massive cleanup in Accra market. Senya Breku bleeds as chief fails to heal the heart of the people.
Okay, on the front page of the Daily Statesman, John Boydo satisfied with voters' registration exercise. Banks collapse is your mess. DI shoots NDC propaganda goons. Mahama schemes smear campaign against Rawlings. And on the back page, Andrea Yu to think about his future when the time is right. And Manchester United's Eric Bailey released from hospital after FA Cup semi-final injury. That's my very last paper.
Okay then, do you have one more, Chacho? No, you don't? Okay, let's do the online review. It's brought to you by Zenith Bank in your best interest and Goyle Good Energy. Now, going cashless has never been this convenient or exciting thanks to Goyle's e-payment system, which is now compatible with GH-Link, the national payment platform. So you can now use your GH-Link card on Goyle point-of-sale machines to purchase fuel. GH-Link cards offer additional payment options for fuel purchases at Goyle stations in addition to the Go card. Every fuel you purchase will be recorded automatically on your monthly bank statement so you can track and manage your expenses. So go ahead, Use your GH Link card to buy fuel and lubricants from any of GOIL's over 400 stations across Ghana. Go cashless and protect yourself, and stick to all COVID-19 protocols in these difficult times. GOIL, good energy. GOIL, Yenara. Yendia. Okay, myjoyonline.com has questioning calls for Hawa Kumson's resignation over gunshots at registration center. Also, NDC demands release of its Lejokuku parliamentary candidate. Other online stories include this one from citynewsroom.com. Blackwest claims against free SHS enrollment based on false assumptions, according to Dr. Yao Educhum, the Deputy Minister for Education. We're not involved in any plot to collapse banks. That's the Dankwa Institute speaking. And on BBC.com, coronavirus, EU leaders reach recovery deal after marathon summit. All right then. This thing in Kaswa bothers me. I'm sure I'm not the only one. There were people who were there who were terrified, when it all started kicking off. Now, the Minister for Special Development Initiatives, Mavis Hawa Kumson, has actually admitted that she fired gunshots at a voter registration center in Kaswa. That's what she has said. Okay, now EC officials fled the scene when the shots were fired. The center is in Utu Senya East. And in addition to the shots being fired, 3 motorbikes were seized and burnt by the gunmen. Now, the Central Regional Command is currently holding 4 persons in custody over this debacle, really. And the minister is the one claiming responsibility for the gunshots. She says she felt threatened. And our very own Joseph Akable put together a report. Let's hear what was said.
A trader who lives few meters away from the Step to Christ registration center recounts the events that left her gate riddled with bullets. Other eyewitnesses say they were left terrified.
They were holding guns and stuff. Thinkers, guns, everybody was running away.
So the EC official realized what is going on, and it was so serious, so they just have to leave the place.
The police has arrested 4 persons in connection with the gunshots and bikes that were set ablaze. A gun is said to have been retrieved from the suspects.
So we have arrested 4 people in connection with the what about happened at that registration center.
And it can confirm that they had guns when they arrested.
We have used 1 gun. It's a fact.
MP for the area, Hawa Kumson, admits to firing shots as she felt threatened. She adds that none of the men who accompanied her carried guns.
I am not warning shot. So I gave warning shot. No, so that was what happened. I didn't stop them. Listen, I didn't prevent anybody. I only told them when he said who seek us, don't even go there for me to pull the challenge up. What is wrong with me saying that?
The NDC's parliamentary candidate Phyllis Koyo had this description for the constituency.
The situation in Kaswa here is more like a war zone. Stop killing us! We are tired of the brutes.
Yeah, I mean that there's a much longer report, but that's an excerpt from it. And so here we are, right? Ministers are firing guns at
over voter registration.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. This is where we are now. It's not the election, it's voter registration. Anyway, look, I want to know what you make of this incident. What's been your own experience with the ongoing voter registration. When we're done with the BBC News, we'll hear your views on that. But start tweeting. We'd love to see what you're thinking. Use the hashtag JoySMS. And also 0244340437. You can send us your WhatsApp. Matter of fact, should we take some calls now?
Yeah, I think we should, yeah.
All right, so call us, please. 0302-216-541, 0244-340-437. We understand this is not the only incident of violence that has occurred during this registration exercise. Have you experienced anything like it? Have you experienced any disturbances? What do you make of this incident? How do you feel? How safe do you feel going out to your local registration center to exercise your mandate and be enfranchised for the exercise that is to come in December? How safe and comfortable, confident do you feel doing that? What's been your own experience with voter registration? Call us. Gerald is in Kumasi. Hello, Gerald.
Hello, Kojo. Good morning.
Good morning to you, my brother.
Hope you're doing well.
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. And you know me, I'm happy when you call me. So, Gerald, what's going on?
All right, Kojo. You see, this morning, I'm very, very terrified looking at what is going on. Imagine a city MP. You see somebody who the person is in parliament. Makes law has to follow. Look at what she's doing. Taking the gun. And you are telling us that you are just trying to protect yourself. And what is the because this education that most of the times you people give, in fact, I may recommend that you should do more so that the populace will know how to use our common sense to do things right. Thank you very much. May the Lord be with you. May
God be with you, Gerald. Oh, nice gentleman wishing us the Lord's presence. Okay, so you can call us too, 0302-216-541, 0244-340-437. It's the Super Morning Show. It's not the same without your voice. So let's talk. We're talking about violence that has started to break out in this registration exercise. Right, let's see. We've got someone on the line. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, my brother. Can I ask your name, please? Kobe. All right, let's hear you, Kobe.
Okay.
Kobe from Tema.
Yeah.
My brother. Yamanadum. Kobe, what's up?
And just two quick issues.
Sure.
The first one is, could you, in your opinion, is there a difference between government and the state?
Hello?
Yes, I'm asking.
Uh-huh.
In your opinion.
In my opinion,
is there a difference between government and the state?
Oh, yes, there is. I mean, it's not a matter of opinion. It's a matter of fact.
Okay. Secondly, if a minister goes to a police station, I think yesterday you made mention of the fact, I think one of your colleagues asked you on the show whether you'll be voting. And you said you are contemplating because you are not sure whether you going to the police station, it will be very safe for you to go and vote. Now, I think this incident happened yesterday. Now, my question is, are Ghanaians allowed to carry licensed guns for protection? Are you there?
I'm here. I'm listening to you. And are you hoping that I will have the answers? Or
Okay, hold on.
I'm holding.
If the law permits Ghanaians to have licensed guns for protection, now the question is, would it be proper for me to go to a police station if I'm going to vote and taking into consideration what is happening now? Would it be proper for me to go to a police station with my licensed gun on me so that just in case anything untoward happens, I can use it to defend myself? This is the question I'm asking. This is a rhetorical question. You can decide to answer it or not. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for calling. Bishop is in Asante Mampong. Bishop, good morning.
Yes, morning, Kojo. How are you?
I'm very well. Good to hear from you.
Yeah, Kojo, you are talking about experiences. My experience is I wanted things to go down before I go and register. I've been monitoring from your radio stations and other sister stations what is happening every day. Yesterday, I made up my mind that, yes, I will go and register. But at the time that I made up my mind, I heard this thing at Kasua. I heard something too at Bono region from Ivory Coast, people from Ivory Coast, all with guns. It has changed my mind. I'm still going to give myself another 1 week to see what to do. But, excuse me, our ministers and people you interview, are they forced to give answers to questions that journalists give them? Are they forced to give answers? If you don't have the answer, do give the answer. And if it is true that you were holding the gun and giving warning shots, what is warning shot? I think the police has something to say about this warning shot. Are you supposed to carry a gun? I mean, I think they should give us an excuse. And then President should just call her to resign. I think she should stop. And then they should make the playing field level. The opposition too should also do their best so that the two will monitor this thing. And it's registration. The voting has not yet come. The voting has not yet come. Kojo, thank you.
Thank you. It's 6:54, and Joshua is on the line from Kumasi. Joshua, good morning.
Hi, Kojo. Good morning, sir.
It's great to hear from you today. How's Kumasi?
Kumasi is quite okay.
Good.
First of all, I would like to say good morning to all your listeners. I would like to send a word of advice to our students writing the examination. I visited one of the schools, and I realized that anytime they are doing a group discussion, you find out that the students come together and then they will be studying. So I advise them that for the purpose of the coronavirus spread, they should try and then maintain some social distancing. I understand the difficulties because I know that we are all students before, and sometimes when you go for group discussions, there's a so-called brilliant person who will be holding the book, and then other people will be looking on whilst he explains it to them. I hope you understand what I'm saying.
I get the image you're painting, and I understand why you gave them that warning. It was very thoughtful of you, and I think perhaps we should take the opportunity to also advise all of our young people preparing for the exams to please don't forget that COVID-19 is still real. Okay. All right. Well, I want to thank you all who called. You certainly sparked up our day, and we're going to come back to this after the BBC and take a few more calls because this is important. This is a national exercise. Why it would be a cause of, violence is very hard to understand. And now we have ministers claiming to have fired guns at registration centers. And one of our callers asked that important question. I mean, you heard him, right? Why did the minister take a gun to a registration center? Yeah. Anyway. All right. Well, we've got to go take the BBC news, and when we come back, there'll be even more on this and other all-important conversations. Stay with us.